Goldylocks Productions broadcasts universal cosmic frequencies that unlock, awaken, and expand the consciousness of our worldwide viewers and listeners. You are tuning into the Goldylocks Productions presentation of the Spiritual Insight Show with Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I'm Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman, and I'm sorry for being a couple minutes. Well, you know what? We're not late. It's on time. Right on time. So let me not say that. Woo! Had a sneezing fit right before. Wouldn't you know that? Before you go on, so I had to take care of that. How's everyone doing? Just welcome, everyone, to this sacred circle. And we're going to have a beautiful evening of messages. And we're going to do some healing this evening as well. So if you have some crystals, get some crystals, to hold them as we go through some healing and some powerful affirmation. Not really affirmations. I don't like to say affirmations. They're like commands, making things so. But these are very, very powerful and for your healing. All right. And so this is just going to be some I hope for everyone, some very healing tools that can be used or continue to be used for the rest of this year and every day moving forward, right? So let's just take care of a little business here first. Let me just give my website out, whitesagewoman.com, and I will slow down for our audio listeners. White Sage, S-A-G-E, whitesagewoman.com. So welcome everyone, and let me just take a deep breath and okay. Whew. Yes, now let me go say hello and welcome all these beautiful people joining the Sacred Circle. Again, whether you're watching live on the Goldylocks Productions YouTube channel or on Rumble, and even those that's going to watch, listen in the archives, every one of you are so much appreciated and welcomed. And so just know that. Okay. So hello, Sarah, Super Space Cookie. And for those of you who missed my show last week, you really want to go back and watch it. Sarah and I had a blast last week, a lot of great learned a lot. And you can learn more about Sarah. And then we also had fun giving messages last week. So you might want to check that show out if you missed it. So hello, Ruth. Hello, Richard. I love how interactive this group is. Our soul tribe. Hello, Robin. Yay. Hello, Sugar Kim. Sugar Magnolia. Hello. Yes, it is Happy 12/12. And this is where we're going to be doing some more powerful things here. Hello, Wendy. Yay. All right, good. Catching up with everybody here. So yes, Happy 12/12. And this is what I was asking my my committee. And when I say committee, I know who my committee is. These are celestial beings that I've been communicating with all my life, or since I can remember. All right. Do I have loved ones that come through part of my committee? Absolutely. But I've always communicated with these celestial beings. And so whether you want to call them the holiest of angels, the holy angels, and we're going to go more into that. Yes, the holiest angel. We've talked about it before. And also, too, just these beautiful celestial beings that many of us are very aware of that are going to be making themselves more present to us, more present to us 2022 next year. What is it? Hold on. I'm getting a lot of stuff coming in right now. Come on. I've got to talk. All right. Woo! Take deep breaths. So today, the 12th. So 12/12 Now, also, though, it has the same vibration and energy signature of 1221. So from now to the winter solstice, it's so powerful. See, I'm already amped up. It's like, can you feel it? Woo, let's take a deep breath. And we're, going forward, we're going to be using our Sacred Heart Center. We are going to be, this is where the power is, and we're going to be working more here. Okay? That divine love. I'm not talking about the emotional love. No, I'm talking about the divine, pure love. It is a state of consciousness. It is a state of being. It really is. Yes. So, again, welcome everyone. Make sure you grab your crystals. If you need to grab a notepad for maybe some notes, please do that as well. Okay. So, yes, I know I'm feeling energy too. And so you may feel your heart beating a little faster. Remember to take deep breaths. Always take deep breaths and just feel how this energy and this light's coming through your body. And we're going to talk more about that, and we're going to go through it, and we're going to do some great exercises together. Okay. Now, well, there's something else I wanted to talk about before we really get into this, because I'm just going to go, yes, actually there is. I'm going to post two things here. Goldylocks Productions has a shop. Okay. And tomorrow is the last day to order in time for Christmas. So check out the Goldylocks Productions shop. We have everything, more than just t-shirts. You can get the designs printed on so many products they have there. Coffee mugs. I mean, just go through and think there's more than I can even remember right now. All right, so tomorrow is the cutoff date. Now, I also want to share, I want you to take a look at both because we have different things. But Melissa Parks, our very own Melissa Parks, also has a shop as well. And if anyone else sets up, any of the show hosts or anyone else on our Soul Tribe here sets up a Spreadshirt shop, please let me know so I can share that as well. But tomorrow is the last day you can order from our shops to get it in time for Christmas. And these will make great Christmas gifts. I mean, Goldylocks Productions has a lot of great Christmas gifts, right? I mean, Ruth Saltman's books are on Amazon. I mean, there's just something for everyone. She has these great crafts too. And so Ruth, do you still have your website on Facebook up and running with do you have any more of your Christmas items? You might have sold out. Anyway, I'm just going to share it anyway. Her little shop on Facebook, Mystical Impressions, Texas. I want you to check that out as well. And everyone else watching, be sure to drop your links into the comments too. This is great. We should all share. There's enough for everyone. And what a great way. Let's support small business this year and every year and moving forward. Every year. From now on. Just from now on. There we go. So there you go. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. So now with Ruth, I'm not sure what the cutoff date is for her Christmas delivery. You'll have to get with her for that. Oh yeah. Whew, see? It's like the words want to transform. How many are you going through that? Where it's like hard to talk sometimes. It's just like, maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe I know. Anyway. So I want to share, and I love to do this, and I was going to talk about a lot of this information coming through anyway. And wouldn't you know, lo and behold, and I got this email, this message to in my inbox, and it's a newsletter, and I thought, you know what, this is just profound. It's going to hit on everything that I wanted to, that was going to be brought forth to share with you guys. So I thought I'll read a little bit of it. I'm not going to read it all because it is very long. And I'm going to also type out this gentleman's name. He is, Let me see if I can't copy his name real quick here for you. And I get James Gilliand. James Gilliand. I'm just going to put it in the comments here on both YouTube and Rumble here. Paste. And so he has a great newsletter. He also runs ECETI News, which stands for the Enlightened Contact with Extraterrestrial Intelligence. ECETI. You may find him. You may find him on. I know he has some. I don't know if it's YouTube or Rumble. He may have a Rumble account. I'm not sure. But anyway, I have seen his stuff. Actually, he does have a Rumble account. I do remember that. Anyway, he's with ECETI. All these tongue twisters tonight. Woo, words. And he put a great newsletter out. And I want to share just a little bit of it. Again, it's really long. Now, those of you who have not signed up with his for a newsletter with him, and for today's the newsletter that came out, message me, let me know. I can forward this to you. And again, because it's really long, but I thought it was really great about what's going on in the energies and then moving forward. And maybe it might even help a little bit. I know we've talked about a lot of things, and this to me just brings everything together for me and maybe for us. Everything that we've talked about and shared with each other for the last years, for the last weeks, the last month, the last years, it just kind of just brings everything together, and I like that. And so I'm going to read some of this, and he gave permission, of course, to share. So I love that. And all his stuff, he says, please share far and wide. And as because a lot of this, like I said, is channeled, and it's for everyone. It's for everyone. Here we go. We have spoken frequently about the awakening and healing process, yet people are being challenged like never before. To overcome these challenges, we need to fully understand them, just as we need to follow the basics like right thinking, right eating, which includes drinking plenty of fresh, clean water, right actions in service to others and the earth. And of course, there's so many other challenges too. There's the unseen challenges, the negative influences affecting our daily lives. The planetary liberation is a multidimensional event. It is. And something that my committee too has shared with me is that this is the first time a planet has gone into ascension mode, is ascending. This is new for not just us on this planet, not just in this solar system, this galaxy, but everywhere, that was created by source. Now, when I say source, of course, I mean our divine creator, divine intelligence, divine spirit, whoever, Holy Mother and Father God, however you refer to God, holy God here, not the lower God, because there's many fake gods. So I'm talking about the highest of high, our divine creator. From now on, I'm just going to say source. Okay, but so we have, this is happening on such a huge scale, and everyone is celebrating, is so happy. And because this planet, this solar system, we're all ascending. It affects every living being because we're all connected. Okay, so it goes far beyond more than anything that we've ever been taught, right? So I don't think that it's complicated, but it probably could be complicated because, it's it has so many words. When we try to explain or express something, it should come right here from the Sacred Heart Center, not from something that we have been taught or told. Okay, So it's, whew, anything that's outside of us, all right, is not what's going to help us to ascend. Not like, you know what I'm talking about. It's no teachings from another man is going to help us as much as the wisdom that's inside of us, the going within. I hope that, and I know that makes sense to a lot of you, but I think somebody needed to hear that. So, okay, all right, that sounds good. All right, there are some really beautiful documents out there, religious and spiritual, but know that that most of them have been heavily edited, heavily edited. Okay, and you really want to know the truth to go with it. Again, there you go. So what we are finding though is when we are unplugging from what's traditional television, and many are going to yes, to the internet or to alternate sites and to watch and listen to some things. So that's great. We have a lot of histories being rewritten every day when you have archaeologists that are debunking and making these great discoveries that challenges everything that we have been taught, that challenges the history books. And that's bravo. That's wonderful. All right. So in that knowledge of other civilizations and planes and dimensions, it is necessary to fully understand what is unfolding. So let's go from the bottom up, from the controlling, most oppressive to the most loving, service-oriented beings. So for those of you maybe who need this, we're going to go through this, okay? And so we kind of talked about this before, is that that frequency fence, that magnetic field, that it's a controlled magnetic field, that fourth dimension we call heaven. I told you the very lowest level, what many would perceive as purgatory, that's true, or that area, that is low vibration of the fourth dimension. Okay, so at the lowest levels in the fourth dimension, we have the fallen ones. The most powerful in the lower levels are the fallen Anunnaki, Jinn, the demons, etc. They are the influencers, manipulators, and always turn out bad if you align yourself with them. They pretend to be ascended masters and angels. Remember, this is the fake. This is the lower fourth, the fourth dimension, when you first get there, and you have to just keep going higher. We're going to talk about, here we go. So these beings are the influencers, the manipulators, and it always turns out bad, right, if you align yourself with them. They are recorded in the Nagamati and on ancient temple walls. They cannot generate their own light, so they feed off of ours. They also feed off the chaos, the pain, and suffering necessary to maintain their world. They are the ones who will use flattery, telling you you are the chosen one, master manipulators, preying on the ego, making promises of fame and riches. Those who fall victim to their influences go from spiritual ego to narcissism. They just fall quickly. They lose their connection to the soul, and they are the dividers. There are also several levels of very bad reptiles and grays, which use the same tactics. Now, here's the thing, is that they want to clarify, not all reptilians and grays are bad. But the ones that we've been exposed to, whether you realize it or not yet, are, of course, the very bad ones. All right. So there are the shadow people and poltergeists, of course. We're talking, the paranormal in the lower astral or fourth dimensions. So the poltergeist in most cases are children pranksters or trying to get your attention, that have crossed over and need help getting to the light. So on that level, that purgatory, that holding area, they are the bad, I don't want to say bad, but they're the very, and when I was talking about the bad reptilians, really that's just say the evil. Those are evil. Those beyond bad. So now we're going to talk about the humans that are trapped by their own lust for power, wealth, greed, manipulation, and control patterns. These are the ones that are in this holding space, this purgatory. They have attachments and unfinished business, keeping them in the lower fourth dimension. They are often seen as disfigured. Why? Because they look as ugly as their consciousness. So that was always something that if you see them wounded or you see them, of course they have unfinished business, and they probably were not the nicest of people. And this is, I'm glad he says the same thing, because we'll wrap it up, is that the good news is that the really nasty world groups have already been cleaned up. All right. With the frequency fence where we couldn't go beyond the fourth dimension unless those of us who connect and meditate, we would jump the frequency fence a lot. Most healers, all we had to do, the healers who are really working with this energy, can open the portals and jump that frequency fence all the time. We've all done that. So the Ascended Masters, spiritually and technologically advanced beings, our off-world sisters and brothers, have been very busy with this. And they've called so many different things, our Galactic Alliance, the Galactic Federation. I think it's interesting, Space Force, the Guardians are working with this Guardian Alliance. So it's they are already working with, isn't this beautiful? And they're working together in a very beneficial, a benevolent way. So beautiful, so beautiful. Okay, so know that the fallen and the very evil, whether we call them alien controllers, the Anunnaki, the Reptilians, the Greys, and some other groups, they have been removed. They have. And what we are dealing with now are the malevolent, the reptilian and gray hybrids and their human counterparts known as the Cabal or Deep State. Because they are part human, they do fall under a different category in universal law and off-world interference. And these are the ones who have fallen under control of these evil beings through the satanic Luciferian rituals. All right. Unfortunately, they hold major positions of power in the political, music, movie, mainstream, social media, business, even religious institutions. They are involved with human trafficking as well as child sacrifice. The adrenochrome manufacturing through torturing children. Just acts beyond people's comprehension. I'm not going to go into every bit of it. All right, don't fall for that. We're just going to let that go. Because we can see much of this is going to come out, and it is, who are following the Epstein and Maxwell trials. But this is just a glimpse to a very dark and deep tunnel of decadence. Politicians and CEOs will be fleeing like rats off a sinking ship to their islands and countries without extradition agreements after being named in these trials. They cannot hide. They have nowhere to go. They can't hide from what they've done. Their karma will be amplified and accelerated. Their removal is a global and multidimensional event. Many will say that they haven't heard of any arrests, or the CEOs stepping down, taking down the takedowns of powerful people involved in these heinous acts. Most cannot handle the answer. The mainstream and social media will not cover it. Look at the massive demonstrations happening globally. All right. There's so many evidence coming that's being presented. But there is so much good that's coming through too. A lot of things are going to be presented. All of this, everything. We know that there's actors, there's clones, there's AI, there's CGI, everything. Again, most can't even comprehend the magnitude of what's going on. They really can't. But I want you to understand this. The information, when they really start delivering the real news, can feel devastating to people. I want you to understand that will be old news, that everything that they've done is at least 2 years old. Okay. They really started taking, we didn't know about this. They're working behind the scenes very strongly since 2018. So, so this is going to be old news. So don't get stuck in the old energy. Yes, it's going to be devastating, but you know what? Take a deep breath. We're rising above this, and we're just going to keep moving forward because it's the end of that. And celebrate that it's the end of that, okay? And don't get caught up too much into what you hear and what you see. This information has to come out. No one can kill or suffocate the truth. Can't. It stands on its own. You wouldn't even have to defend the truth. The truth stands on its own. Okay? Okay, so that was some more messages. We'll get back to the newsletter in just one moment. Let me catch up on some of our comments here. Okay. Sarah, so the last 2 days I've been very vivid dreams about a friend's brother that dies in my dream, but in reality are still living. I wake up feeling sad and weirded out. Yes. And this is, we're going to probably have a lot of that. I did too. I've had some dreams about people that are alive that aren't in my dreams. Everyone's alive. So it's whether we transition. I understand that. And there's going to be a lot of people that it is their mission to leave their physical bodies and continue on. And they are. That they are needed to assist, and they're going to send very quick. Now, people who do cross over, there's no frequency fence. It's going to smack them right back into reincarnation. They're free to go. And they're going to be so much more powerful. So everyone's excited. They're taking their place now. And so let's not be sad for those that are going to leave their physical bodies, because they need to, so that they can take their places and where they need to be. All right. And so we need to heal that sting of death and see it for what it really is. Experience it for what it really is. It is really, really beautiful instead. Okay. And know that they have to go so that they can help us from the other side, helping us in this ascension, which is happening so fast. Woo! Okay, Robin, I am actually seeing humans morph into reptilians. It happens when I am out and about. Yeah, you can probably see the hybrids because their bloodline is so saturated. You can probably see, and it's the ones that are so far away. I was told that they really had tight. They would try to keep tight control over their whole bloodlines, and there was a way to find out everyone that was talking about the evil bloodlines. But there can be some saturation. There can be some that have slipped through, and so even that were hidden, that they didn't want to go into that life, and so it's very, very possible. Everything. All the bloodline's going to get cleaned up, though. It has to. All right. So yeah, you can see. Yeah, Wendy, I know you've seen your sister morph. Yes. And even just those that have fallen into that trap, and welcome that type of energy, they can kind of like holograph, morph into exactly that type of energy. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that energy? Even those that don't have, hold on, now they're coming. Okay. Even those that don't have an evil bloodline, if you fall if you fall into that hole, and I'm talking very, very, where you can hurt and kill someone, you could kill somebody, not think about it, do anything you need to do for your own fame, fortune, and ego, okay, then you are, in a sense, an initiate of all that evil, right? And so then you will have that hologram of that energy, and you'll morph into that energy. Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. All right. Woo! Oh my goodness. Okay. A little bit more into this newsletter. All right. So how many of us? Many are having sleepless nights, nightmares, crazy scenarios, feeling off energetically, and attacked at times by unseen negative influences. This is part of the last stages of the awakening and healing, or planetary liberation. When you go to sleep, you are susceptible to these influences in the lower fourth dimension, and many are battling out of body with these entities. When you are in a hypnotic state, hypnotic state, just before deep sleep, these influences can, not always, but can enter. Those who are sensitive can feel them in the awakened state. A developed inner sensitivity can be a gift. And, it can also work against you if you don't know how to heal the unseen negative influences. The good news is if you can feel it, guess what? You can heal it. So if you do clearings before you go to bed and ask for protection, most of these influences and attacks will end. Many are still doing rescue work in the fourth dimension and wake up tired, feeling beat up a bit. And I know that I've done that. I know that there has been several other people that we all know who we do astral work together, going and clearing out areas, evil places, helping to release trapped souls. And so we can wake up and go in the morning and feel like, oh my gosh, I worked all night. Yeah, you did. We worked astrally. We sure do. Always know that you are protected. And whether it's your holy angels, your guardian angel, all right, which is right with your 12th dimensional soul, your guardian angel is who you need to right now be conversing with, having conversation with, having that connection with, because with your 12th dimensional holy guardian angel, your holy guardian angel is your higher self. And also, so you're calling them more holy angels, the dragons, the golden dragons, the holy dragons, and the unicorns. And you put these powerful beings around. They really work for you. These are powerful sentient beings that are helping us. Okay. And so I have them protect, especially like if I'm astral traveling or if I'm going to leave, or just, I have them, standing at the end of my bed. The bedroom is totally sacred when we sleep. And so, it's the dragons, the unicorns, they all take guard. And then my dog's at the foot of the bed too. So we have very powerful protectors. Call them in. And it's not limited to that. We have animal protectors, who your animal spirit guides come in and help. Isn't that amazing? All right. Woo-wee. All right. As for sleep, some are undergoing the last of the releasing unhealed wounds, traumas, and wrong conclusions from past experiences. These side effects can be cleared in the morning or evening meditation. You start out with clearing any unseen negative influences and ask the higher dimensional beings to restore and rejuvenate your physical, mental, emotional, and astral bodies. You can clear your family, your home, your business. You can just send it out in all directions and help this area, this world. The unseen negative influences are already trespassing, so they are fair game. They do not have permission. Some have willingly or in ignorance chosen to work with these unseen negative influences yet. Their handlers are being removed, and you can be a part of this. Okay. It is also wise to clear often and make this part of your daily lives. This is happening, and this is what we're going to do a little bit of this in a few minutes. I'm going to quickly wrap this up. I'm looking at how the time is like, just going. If we go over 9, just stay with me so we can do a little bit of more clearing. And we should be doing clearing every day now. I'm finding I'm doing it 2 and 3 times a day, but it's not just for me. It's for the home. I'm sending it out in all directions. Okay? It's for all of us. And healers do this. We do this. Every healer. There's powerful healers sitting in this sacred circle. And I'll tell you, we're not just doing this for us, for our sacred space of our home and land. And it goes out in all directions to all those who will embrace, accept, and bring that light and healing to them. Okay? Let me catch up some more. Robin. I always have vivid dreams. I dream when a family member is going to leave. In my dream, my kid's dad was blowing up blue blood. In real life, he took the jab. Okay. Blue blood is from the poison. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wendy, I don't think I was that bloodline. No, you weren't. But your sister caught in some really negative things. We've talked about this, or let me say, is beyond negative. Your sister really was dabbling in some evil energies. We know this. Sugar Kim, yes, streaming more and asking for answers at the time. Yes, absolutely. Robin, being attacked also. Well, you need to set up some more healthy, and you should not allow yourself to be attacked. Okay, just amp up your protection team. Amp up your bodyguards. What do your bodyguards look like? All right. Wendy, I had a dream the other night. I was drinking cocoa with marshmallows in it. I started choking on the marshmallows and woke up. Oh my goodness, that's funny. I mean, it is kind of funny. I'm sorry, it just made me laugh. But, I'm glad you're okay and that it was a dream. So maybe the message is, if you drink cocoa this holiday season, don't put marshmallows in it. Oh, stop. All right, Kim. Last night in the middle of a concert, I felt the need to heal the crowd using the music and grounded everyone. Yes! Amazing. And do you know that you can, with we like the tuning forks and the tunings, you can hum, match that tone. Whether you listen to them on YouTube now, it's great that you have great Hertz music. You can listen to the 432s, the 528s. You can listen to them. Try to hum and match that Hertz. And so that when you are out in public, you can hum that and send your vibration out. And it is very powerful. It is very powerful. Very good, Kim. Very good. Good. Wendy, I was thinking that too. Too funny. I know, yeah, right? Okay, no marshmallows. Just drink coffee. It's so much safer. My mushroom coffee. Love this mushroom coffee. All right. So here we're going to go into a little bit of validation, some things, and so that we all may know, but it's just knitting it all together. So on the lighter side, don't give up hope. Don't ever give up hope, because there are these very powerful, benevolent, beautiful beings assisting in the awakening and healing of humanity and this earth, and what some call the planetary liberation or ascension. And so let's just say, I like to say, because as Earth ascends, she has many different aspects. This planet has different aspects. Earth is 3D. The fourth dimension, is 3D, not the fourth. Earth is third and fourth. Terra is fifth dimension. Not Tara. Tara, Tara. Tara is fifth dimension. And Gaia is actually seventh dimension. And this planet is going to seventh dimension. Seventh dimension. Okay. She's already in the fifth. This planet already is in the fifth dimension. And we're catching up here. Okay. And she's going to keep going. Keep going. All right. So I just like to say this planet and all the aspects, because you got to put a ... because it's going to go higher than Gaia, than the seventh dimension, right? So even higher. We always got to leave room for expansion. So I've kind of changed my verbiage with just try to, okay, this planet and all her aspects, you know? Always like to say, Mother Earth helped to heal this planet. Mother Earth, Tara, Gaia, right? Bam. Okay. So there we go. At the top, of course, we have Source, Creator. There are beings that's up to the 13th dimension involved in this process, and some even higher. The ones that are higher, I heard like 26th dimension and very high, they have to drop down gradually. They have to step it down. All right. So they have to go to, I've heard, the 13th dimension, and then drop down again to the 12th dimension, and then they'll be able to slowly get to us that way. They can't just, it's kind of like divers, right? You've heard like when you go diving, you have to ascend and descend slowly, or you get the bends. Well, it's kind of what they said, the same thing. They have to come down slow. It's like we have to ascend slow. Otherwise, the energy is just too powerful for us. So, yes, there we go. So they are coming down. And they don't, they don't have to have individual names because they're collective and there's no need for personal identity. We have the Andromedian Council in the seventh dimension, where most enlightened people are aware of who are orchestrating this event, which were mythologically known as the archangels. They were hijacked. Remember, we talked about this before. All right. And so these beautiful beings, they inverted the energies and called them archangels and gave them different personas and individual names. They reversed them. But guess what? Anything that was been reversed, we can make it right again. Remember, parasites can't create. They take what's already there, spin that energy in reversals, all right, and run with it. Well, guess what? We can go in there. We are powerful creators, and we can reverse that. Again, make it right, make it so. Okay? Wow. So the Andromedian councils are 8 to 10 feet tall, have magnetized light bodies and energy fields around them that feather back, and it resembles wings that enter our awareness. I've always said that it's like the infinity symbol sign behind them, and when it's vibrating and moving back and forth, it looks like wings and looks like feathers. There are other blue-skinned races coming from the Andromeda system. So there are the Orion Council of Light in the 6th dimension. Now, this is not to be confused with the Orion Gray Alliance, which were the evil ones. The Orion Council of Light are planetary liberators and initiators in the higher realms. And they have had their wars with the evil beings in their system, gained the wisdom from the experience, and are best suited in planetary liberation from these evil ETs. They have that experience. They're helping us. We also have Arcturians and the Benevolent Anunnaki assisting from the 6th dimension. There are so these benevolent, very kind Anunnaki, the bearded gods, often referred to as the ancient temple builders, those that did not fall and continue to evolve spiritually. Now, I know my cat lovers are going to love this. There are feline beings in the Syrian system that also live in Lyra and are part of our ancient cultures. So I hope I don't pronounce it. Sekhmet, the Sphinx in Egypt. Okay. Narishma, and Narishringa in India are referred to them. Their bones are found in Antarctica under the ice. Actually, there are actual. Isn't that amazing? We didn't know that. So, but the evidence is there. They reside on the fifth dimension as humanoid felines on the fifth dimension, the sixth dimension as upright panther beings, and seventh dimension as lion beings. They are known as the protectors of the gods. We have a vast history of physical and we have a vast history of contact, physical and dimensional, with other civilizations, which cannot be contained in this one newsletter, he says. So there's always more. And yeah, so all right. So the Pleiadians reside mostly in the fifth to seventh dimensions, yet there are Pleiadian master teachers in the sixth and seventh. Now, there are some in the fourth that's assisting us in this cleanup. I've always known that they would come in and help in the healing. When healers create the portal of healing, you're opening that space, you're opening that portal, that stargate for them to come in. I would always see these blue beings surround the person, the client, and work on them. They were working on them. They have that technology. I was holding the space. I'm standing there, whether I'm humming or I'm vibrating and holding that stargate open for them to do that work. Yes. So they are the closest, and they've told me they are the closest to this planet and to mankind. Now, this is interesting. What he says about that is that the Pleiadians have more investment and genetic stock in the Earth than any other of our star families. So the ancient Lyrians referred to them as Anunnaki, the tall ones. The Pleiadians' ancestors were the terraformers of Earth. The demigods were the offspring of the ancient Lyrians who mated with the daughters of Earth. They were the first colonies, and their last attempt was the Pleiadians with Atlantis and Lemuria. They were joined by other star nations. So the Lyrians were the temple, the pyramid builders, and the pyramids we see today are the second attempt after pole shifts and floods with extreme rise in sea levels. So there are actually more ancient pyramids and temples underneath the oceans and buried under ice at the poles. This has been hidden due to the controlled narratives by the governments and the controllers, right? Of course, to control and enslave us. The good news is that the ancient ancestors, those who did not fall, are returning. We are about to join the rest of the universe in peace and explore a quantum leap in evolution. The spiritual and technology advanced off-world and higher dimensional beings are assisting in this ascension and planetary liberation of this planet. So this planet has been under occupation of draconian dark law for over 450,000 years. Yeah. I'm like, is that right? What? Oh my gosh. I thought it was like 300,000, and trying to just feel it out. But it was like, oh my God. Okay. Anyway, we're not going to go into more of the history of that. It's like I said, it's a very long newsletter. I don't want to spend all this time reading about all of this, but just know that we are coming through this. We have to stay focused on the light, people. We got to stay focused on the light. Stay focused inside. Turn inward, okay? We have got to do that. And that's where our power is. And that's what's going to get us through. And something that I've always that they've told me too that I just love and adore, and this makes total sense, is that if those who really mean well and have tried the best that they can with this life, because we all know this life, you don't get through it without challenges. But regardless, anyone that, regardless of your religion, of your spirituality, of, what you believe in like that, okay? As long as you have not dabbled in dark magic and in the evil, right, you're going to ascend. You're going to ascend. It doesn't matter if you're spiritual or not. If you've just done good and done the best that you could, and you have a good heart, you're going to ascend. And so this, I hope, will help those who, like, because there's always one person in a relationship that may seem like a little higher than the other one. Don't do that. You both are needed, because you really then are kind of balancing each other without you realizing. It doesn't matter if your partner is spiritual or not, as long as they're good, because if they weren't, you wouldn't be with them, right? Everything is happening just as it needs to. There's lots of shifts and lots of things happening. And even if you're with someone that is just not a match for you, everything is just going to balance out. You know this. Okay? So, let me see. Robin, will you send me the newsletter? Thank you. Yes, I'll send it to you and to Sarah. Let me write this down real quick to send us the newsletter to Robin and to Sarah. I will forward that on to you and Ruth. Yes, it's a really good and it's really long, but it validates. I know what a lot of us are getting. It fills in the blanks for me with some of it and validates. It's a great check mark. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. Anyway, we're going to get to this. Don't anyone go away. We're going to get to some really good stuff too. I'm reading these comments. Wendy, I use my tuning forks during Reiki. Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. So, Kim, what? I've been wanting an infinity sign, the tattoo. Yes. Well, I noticed that while doing readings too, the blue beings. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Those blue beings love to come in and help with the healings. And that just shows how powerful you are. If you have these other beings and they don't need a ship, they use that energy, the portals, and they are protected. The evil that they can't harm them. They just bubble up and leave. Like Melissa Parks, bubble up and leave. All right. But yeah. Okay. So yes, I'll send you Ruth, Wendy, and Richard. Yes. Making sure I get, I will forward that to you. And just then go to his website. I think you can sign up for his newsletter somewhere on there. They should have where you can sign up for it. So most definitely you want to do that. It's good stuff. He does dabble too he can get really with what's going on, things I won't talk about here. But it's all good information, and it's great sharing. Great sharing. Okay, so there's something else you want to share? Hold on. Mm-hmm. Okay. Whew. Yeah. So from now to we have so much more light coming in, so much more. It's just going to be so beautiful energetically. I want you to understand that, because what's outside of us is the end of the third dimension, and it has to fall. It has to go away. Don't be carried away with that. We don't want to save it. We don't. But bye now. Don't send a postcard. See ya. No, thank you. and don't fall prey to that either. The impasse. But I want to give everyone deserves a chance, except for when you're evil. All right. And quite honestly, I found this out too, is that in talking to my committee, was that they had 3 chances. You get 3 strikes and you're out. for the alien beings. Okay, again, it's different for the human. There's a little different with the law of one, but when you have other aliens coming into another system that's not originally theirs, and they're trying to take over like that, you get 3 strikes and you're out for telling the truth. They have been on trial before, all right, and so they're done. They're out. Strike. That's why they were removed. Oh, really? Goodbye. So it's, yeah, this is happy dance time, no matter what's going on outside of you. So it's even more important now to create this sacred space. And this is what we're going to do now. I want you to grab your crystals. I want you to get comfortable. Grab tuning forks if you have them. And you can do this with me. And you can repeat after me. We're going to do some great things. And you can play this as much as you need to. And so just fast forward to the end and do this. But let's, I'm going to do some tuning fork. I have a tuning fork, and then I'll play some of my Tibetan bowl too in between these commands. They're saying these commands. Oh, they're buzzing my ear. All right. So here we go. This is the 432 for the heart. Just take 3 deep breaths so we get started. A little disclaimer for those that may be listening, or if you're driving, please just pause, stop it now, and you can get back to it later. If you're driving or doing something, or you can't do this, just go back to it. Continue with the 3 deep breaths. The breath of God, the breath of Source. Ooh, life, that chi going all through our bodies. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So what you want to start with is the, So staying heart-centered. What fuels that is the compassion. It's compassion and love, compassion and love. The solar plexus is where the Christ light comes in. The Christ, the Christos, beautiful golden light comes in. The sacred heart center, that very beautiful, feminine. The compassion's masculine. And this is the beautiful union between the two. All right, compassion and love. Love and compassion. The compassion is the Christos consciousness, and the love is the Sophia consciousness, the feminine Sophia, the male Christ. Okay? And every culture has a Christos Sophia consciousness, no matter what they called their physical names. They have these consciousness holders in place, whether it is Yeshua, Jesus, and Mary, or, it was the counterpart to all of the great, who's the female counterpart to Buddha and to the Indian, right? There's always a masculine, feminine going on, has to. All right. It's masculine, feminine in all aspects of every living being. So here we go. Again, you're going to take some deep breaths, and I want you to repeat after me. And when I do not sing this like usually, this is a healing bowl. The inside represents the divine feminine, outside the masculine. And so that's how I'm going to strike that. Always in balance. I am the holy sacred union of love and compassion. Just repeat after me. You can do it loud or in your mind, however you like to do it. I am the holy sacred union of love and compassion. The Christos Sophia consciousness. I am, I am, I am. We are the holy sacred union of love and compassion. the Christos Sophia consciousness. We are, we are, we are. Every day and every way, I am bringing in, calling in, commanding, bringing in more divine, holy light into my aura, into my body, into every cell of my body. Into all strands of my DNA, into all my energy centers, my chakras, my meridians. And this divine holy light flows through me with grace and ease. With grace and ease. With grace and ease. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Go and take some more deep breaths in and out. Release. Whew. Wow. All right, now make sure you're fully back into your body. I want you to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. If you want to share how you feel, how that felt for you, most definitely you could do so. If you're watching this recording, email me, message me, let me know. And we're sending this divine love and light out in all directions. Remember, it's important to think of yourself as a lighthouse. It's a lighthouse. And you're feeling from the bottom, from the ground, you're feeling the energy from the earth coming up. You're feeling energies from the stars coming down, and they're meeting right in the center. And bam, out in all directions, out in all directions. Yes. Beautiful. That's what's more really powerful right now. The being the light workers, way showers that you are. All right. Is everyone still with me? How'd that feel? You doing good? Are y'all still? Whee! Woo! Wendy, it sounded like the bowl was vibrating. I play bowls all the time. It's the first time I heard the vibrations. This bowl is dedicated for that, Wendy. It's only used for healings. Yes. That's beautiful. Glad you felt the vibrations, the 1212 vibrations. Richard, you still there? How you feeling, hon? Robin, it was very powerful. I am vibrating. I also did my bowl, and it was in sync with yours. Yes, of course. Of course, soul sister. We're in sync. Yes, love it. Make sure you stay hydrated. Really stay hydrated. I know, it seems like we're drinking more and more water, but it's so much needed. Sarah, my body feels so light. Yes, yes, light. Woohoo! That's wonderful. That's great. Light as a feather, huh? Yeah, and you can go back to this and do this as many times as you need to. I'm finding that I'm doing this several times during the day. Always give water blessings. You have your hands in the water. I bless this into all water. Take the time to be grateful for everything that you're doing. We're making a shake, right, Richard? We make our shakes and we're rinsing off our fruit. I am grateful for this water and for all water. I am grateful for this fruit and all produce, even the vegetables you're rinsing off. I'm grateful for all the produce, for everything that grows from Mother Earth's sacred, sacred, sacred soil, her sacred, sacred, sacred womb. Be grateful. We must be grateful. We must remain connected to nature, even more so than ever. All right. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you all. Yes, Wendy, burn some more incense. Yes. Many blessings to each and every one of you. Next Sunday. Next week will be the last show for Goldylocks Productions until we take our 2-week break. So I get to end it. Yay! So next week, and then we take a break for 2 weeks. So be sure to tune in next week. I want y'all to tell me how y'all feel during the week. We do some more sharing, do some energy. You know what? Next week, we're all going to give messages to each other. How about that? All right. Much love and light. Peace begins with you and me. Let's just vibrate those peaceful, divine, loving vibes in all directions. And I will see you all next week. Same time. Same place. Much love to each of you. Good night.
Become a Goldylocks Productions VIP patron. Receive exclusive access to live stream special and other epic perks. Join the Goldylocks Productions VIP community today.